If you want to know how much power this thing's got, backflip. This is not the new 1/14 scale WLToys, this is the Eachine. However, it's the WLToys, isn't it? What's up guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video we have got the new EAT 14 from Eachine. It's 1/14 scale, it's brushless. It says it does 75 kilometers an hour, although usually this kind of claim is way off. I've got a good feeling that this is actually going to be pretty close to that 75 kilometers an hour. You know what we got to do? We got to get a closer look at it on the bench. So this is new 1/14 scale brushless buggy from Eachine, and it's got a professional large torsion propeller, everything we ever wanted in a brushless buggy. And let's not beat around the bush, it is just a rebranded WLToys brushless 144001. And that's not a bad thing, because that is my #1 cheap RC car. And I already have my own brushless version, and this does 90 mile an hour. 90 mile an hour, not kilometers an hour. So being able to get a brushless one straight out the box, or one very similar to that, because obviously this is Eachine, not WLToys, but being able to get one out the box is very exciting, because it means you may be able to get some really good speeds without having to go a little bit too crazy or have to put your own motors in. Anyway, let's put that to one side for a second. In the box you get a user manual, a screwdriver, an optional bumper, a wheel wrench, and a USB charger. The transmitter, although it is again Eachine, it's the same as the WLToys one, and I really like these transmitters. They're actually one of my favourite cheap ones because they fit really nice in the hand and they are so easy to drive one-handed. If you want to start learning how to drive one-handed, get yourself a WLToys, or at least a WLToys controller. They are really easy to use. Steering trim, throttle, dual rate, so you can turn the power down, and that's about it with these. And there is a 2,200 milliamp hour LiPo. I think it's 2,200 milliamp hour. I apologise, it is 2,800 milliamp hour. Even better. Bit of a tight fit in there, but it fits in there all the same. Now, something what I like about this, it's got a separate receiver, and it still uses the stock transmitter. That's good news. And the reason it's good news is because it might mean that you can buy these separately and run a lot of your cars off of that one transmitter, hopefully. Because like I said, even though it's a cheap one, it's really good. So separate receiver instead of a combined ESC and receiver, which means you get a 3-wire servo, you get a separate brushless ESC. There's no markings on the ESC that I can see. I'm gonna guess it's around 60 amp. It does look like one of the generic, like Surplus Hobby or Gaul RC 60 amps. So should be good, easily take 2S. You can probably run it 3S. I never recommend 3S on stock electrics unless it specifically says it runs 3S, but we're gonna give it a go. Not today, but I will definitely be giving it a go. So I've just checked and confirmed it is actually a 60 amp ESC, and it's a 3,400 kV 2845 motor. So a nice size motor in there. And it actually looks like it's geared the same as the brushed ones. Again, if that motor can take it, this thing is going to be absolutely rapid. That does look like the 27 tooth pinion off of the stock ones. Oh, this thing could be an absolute beast. I'm just hoping they've not over geared it, because the stock brushed 144 uses a 550 motor, so it's got quite a bit more torque, but we shall see. We shall see. Good old suspension, as you'd expect as well. Very nice. I really like the suspension on these platforms. The alloy shocks, that's what you want. If you'd seen the last review I did of the one, I wasn't too keen on the XLF, whatever it was. That was really bouncy. That, how many times I like my bouncing, don't I? That is what you want. Nice, soft suspension, like that. Bounce, bounce. Anyway, it's got good suspension, fully adjustable camber and toe, metal drive shafts, metal gears, metal diff cups, bearings all round. The only thing, grease in the diffs? Nah, not much again. This is starting to get a bit of my pet hate. Now, those of you that have followed the channel for a while will know that friction dampers was a big issue of mine, and most companies are starting to realise, hang on a minute, we could put some oil dampers on this and it'll make it so much better. That's true. And now what I want is I want some grease in the diffs, at least a little bit, to stop them being too loose like that. And I know a few of you are watching and going, it's Chinese crap. Well, it's not just that as well. You see that Capra up there? That's Harry Potter, that's an Axel Capra. That thing cost me 400 odd pound, 500 odd dollars. There was no grease in the gearbox or the portals. This thing costs about 120 pounds, so a quarter of that price, and this has no grease. What's more acceptable, the cheaper one or the actual named brand? I don't know, that thing's awesome anyway. I'm not hating on it, I just want to point out, yes, no grease in the diffs, but it's not just the cheap stuff.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard.
Anyway, let's charge a battery, let's get this thing out and give it a rip and see how fast and how fun it is, because I think this is going to be a winner, I reckon. This is definitely going to be a bit of a winner. Nice colour as well. Let's go give it a run.
So the first thing we need to do is a speed run now. I've had to just give this a quick charge. It's only got 10%, 9%, 8%. It's going down as I talk. I'm hoping it will find some satellites and then we can give it a quick run. Not the ideal place. I will do a proper 2S and 3S run, I think, just to see what we get in, where we can get it completely flat, but just to give us a rough idea of how fast this thing is. Right, we've got satellites. Yeah, I'm not going to get this thing straight, definitely not. It's fast. But we'll give it a go. That was about flat. Come on. Yeah, that'll do. $37 miles an hour, nice. So 59 kilometers an hour. So I'd say if we had a good flat run, that's good for 60, maybe a few more kilometers an hour, not 75 kilometers an hour, but nearly 40 miles an hour. That's 3S speed for the old brushed 144. That's good. Right, it's going to give it a rip over there. Not on the skate park really, it's got dirt tyres. So let's give this thing a rip. Perfect place over here, short grass, few jumps. It's mental. Oh, this thing rips. It's already stock on 2S, it pulls wheelies, look. Oh yeah, this is what you want. So this is the short wheelbase version of the oh so popular little buggies. Oh, tiny bit of cogging I can hear, but doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Oh yeah. This is an awesome little buggy. Face full of dirt. So short wheelbase, lots of power. It's you need to be on your throttle nice and smooth, otherwise you're gonna roll it. But this thing rips, absolutely rips. Let's go for a biggish jump. So it's a little bit of cog in there, you see, but seems to go all right once it gets going. Maybe slightly over geared, like I showed. I keep laughing, I'm sorry, I keep laughing. It's because it's crazy. I'm not sure you need to try this on 3S. I'm pretty sure that ESC will take it, because it does look like the little, not Surface Hobby, little Gaul RC or similar. But this is 2S. This is on 2S, and it rips. Oh yeah, just got me. Just got to get your throttle right. I'm no racer. I'm sure some of you guys that are better drivers than me will have this thing dialed in. I've not done anything to it. Straight out of the box. Diffs, obviously nothing in the diffs, I don't think. But it's awesome fun. Awesome fun. Even when it's doing cartwheels. these chassis generally take quite a bit of abuse. They do sometimes. If you land on a wheel, they will snap the hub or like a bottom arm, but generally they're all right. Oh, what did I just say? I spoke too soon, didn't I? Oh, it's all right. It's just popped off. Oh, it popped two off. Look, it popped the front one and the rear one. Oh, is the drive shaft falling out? Ah, we've lost the drive shaft. Right, let's find the drive shaft. Let's put the front one on. Oh, there it is. Don't panic. I couldn't have timed that any better, could I? That drive shaft. Well, it popping the little links off as I was talking about it. Anyway, this thing, it's a little ripper. I think most of this video is me laughing, I'm sure. Take this to a dirt track, guys. Get your trigger finger dialed in. This thing would rip, or will rip, or is ripping in fact. Oh, come on. So that cogging is, yeah, I'd say that's probably, if anything negative about it, the cogging on initial startup is a little bit, look, that's just touching the throttle slightly. It does go, but that kind of tells me it is slightly overgeared. Insane the amount of power this little thing's got. There you go, there's that cogging again. Maybe it's getting a bit warm. Let's see how hot it is, shall we? Yeah, it's a little bit warm, but I can still keep my finger on it, so. ESC's not, motor's a little bit warm, but ESC's fine. So definitely would recommend this little thing. I think price-wise, it's not quite double the 144 kind of price, but I'd say it's worth it. You've got a lot of power there. Nice tyres on it. The tyres are very grippy. Once you get to grips with the throttle as well, it jumps really nice. Yes. Still got chocolate drive shafts though, look. I don't think I've bent all of them, but we're nearly there. So cogging and soft drive shafts, there's a couple of negatives. I think the way it rips, the way it does backflips, they probably outweigh them. Something to be aware of though. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Ha ha ha.